Okay, we're going to make a small video here with my Fisher F75 showing you what happens when you scan a large cache of silver. I don't have gold to test this out yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty similar. Now, if I scan one coin, 1 ounce of silver, get a solid number. 2 ounces, number change a little bit. 3, 4. As you can see, let me get this a little bit further away. As you can see, when let me put these back up in the stack here. You can see when I scan 4, what happens. That it all of a sudden almost wants to go to iron numbers. So let's try to put these stacks back together now. And then what we'll do is we'll alright, there's 9. There's 9 of them in a stack. Huh, getting iron. But if I move it to the tip, and I can see I'm getting a different number, or the back. So as you start to add ounces, these things are calibrated obviously for 1 coin at a time. So 10, this is 10, and you see that I get iron. So here's a 10 ounce bar. What happens if you scan 10 ounce bar? Will it do the same thing? No. So if it's all in one stack, I mean all the metal has been melted together. So here's 2 bars. That's 20 ounces on top of each other. So now the number changes again. And I'm sure if I had more stacks of 10s like that it would do it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put these back in there. Now we're going to try adding these right here are stacks of 23 ounces in each one. So let's try scanning 1 and see if we get the same iron numbers. Huh. Iron again. Well, let's lay it down on its side. So if it was buried like that, what would it do? Now it's almost coming up like a dime. If we change the angle, now it changes to that. So just changing your orientation by 90 degrees, or if you're flipping this up to its side, changes how it's going to react. So let's put 2 of them side by side with each other and see what we get. Huh, iron again. Let's try it like this. Still iron. Come out to the tip. So this is a way to compensate for signal overload. As I figured out, if I find a large heavy target like that that wants to overload the machine, as you can hear, it's trying to overload. Let me make sure we kick this up so you can hear it. So it's overloading as I get too close. So if I put them now both on their side, what am I going to get? Let's say maybe like this. Somebody buried it like that. So as you turn, so this is the kind of stuff you want to check with if you've got the ability to check with large amounts of gold or silver. If you can, run down to your local, coin shop or something and ask them to scan a couple of large, gold or silver bars that they have with your machine, so you can see what happens when you scan them. Because there's a big difference between 10 coins separated versus a 10-ounce bar altogether. So it always is good to check your machine for signal overload like that of what it's going to do, because they're only calibrated to find coins. So if you start finding a large stash of coins, or you start finding, you know, objects and plates made of gold and silver, it's going to change how your machine reacts. So always a good test to run and see what happens. Science is experimentation and observation. So if you don't test anything, you didn't observe nothing, and you didn't learn anything. Happy hunting.